have you got?
Jukes. I see someone, but I don't think they're alive.
This house is clean.
Jumpy.
Another dead zone. The only thing alive in here is the smell.
They're not coming back.
Well, if you're gonna ride out the apocalypse, no better way to do it than with some castles and crusades.
Hey, you too. Take only what you need.
side. There's a Twitch channel where legends collide. Roller games, fairy tales unseen. Streaming Dungeons and Dragons in a world so obscene. With dice in hand, we venture through the night. The Dungeon Master weaves his magic with all his might. Gathering warriors, wolves, and bears. Lost in a labyrinth, no one can tell. Gather round the screen, let the stories unfold. It's rolling armor, leading the way. Troll on games, we're here to stay. Troll on games, spinning tales unseen, streaming Dungeons and Dragons in a world so obscene. Trolling warriors, dwarves and armor, leading the way. Troll on games, we're here to stay. In the heart of the mountain, where the trolls reside.
Troll Lord Games. Join the fray.
We're a company of hobos.
Something tickle your fancy there?
I guess.
Something tickle your fancy?
I'll read the chat.
Are we live, Chuck?
Well, I mean, yes.
Hashtag fire day.
Might as well be.
Fire Davis. That's the new hashtag going around the internet now.
There you
No,
go.
we can't do that.
We can't.
All
What's
right,
up,
Chuck.
everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? We're here. Finally. I'm Chuck Cumbo, Community Director for Troller Games, and we are here to chat with you guys about all kinds of things going on. And if we have time, I may actually pose a question to the group, but we'll probably have lots of questions for you guys want to ask us. That's just fine too. We love to interact with you guys. And what are you laughing? Jesus. Here, I can't focus. All right, so we've got a raffle going on. Exclamation point raffle. Please give us a follow beforehand. If you're on one of the other platforms, you need to come over here to, unfortunately, to get in the raffle at twitch.tv/trollergames. I just finally figured out earlier that putting the link in there doesn't really go to anybody except YouTube. But I will do it right now just because. But for you other guys on Facebook and wherever, you know.
You can manually put the link.
You can if someone wants to go all the way over to that page and monitor it. You're right. Absolutely.
It sounds like a lot of work.
And drink and hydrate already. He's up and going, folks. There he goes. Heading for his
No.
Dr. Pepper.
I wouldn't call it Dr. Pepper hydration.
Hydration, it's not
That's
hydration.
right.
No.
What?
Hey, Kent, show him my gift.
Oh, yeah.
It would be SBV, sugar by volume.
If
me
you
go
are
back.
thirsty, and I love Dr. Pepper, but if you are thirsty, do not go to a Dr. Pepper to quench your thirst. Go have a
No.
glass of water, then a Dr. Pepper.
Glass of
Okay.
cool ice water.
All right.
Hold
Let
on,
me
I'll get it out
scroll
front,
down
man.
here.
Troll
Don't
bows.
ice in your water.
What?
Let's see.
Ice in your water.
It depends on where I'm at. It depends on the
Okay.
picture.
Copy.
When I'm working, I don't like.
I'm getting the
ice
questions,
water at
guys.
all.
Oh, we are.
Do what? Is it
Yeah,
about
Question.
No, y'all
Life
keep
is a
talking.
hobo?
Y'all keep talking. I'm getting the
life?
questions.
Life is a hobo, a troll bow,
Sure.
like that.
Trollbow sounds like a I don't know. Something.
Dude,
Sounds like something else.
Is anyone out there like a clothes designer?
So this is what Davis brought back from wherever he was.
Oh, hell yeah.
Official Dr. Pepper T-shirt.
All right. So we've already started off with a few questions out of the gate, which is good. Good. Proud former
Hey, it's not a raffle
Trobo.
anymore. It's a traffle.
Trobo. What?
It's a traffle.
Davis,
What?
Chuck
All right.
said that someone has a question specifically for the Troll Lords.
Oh.
All right.
Is it not about the traffle or being a hobo?
What's the question, Chuck?
All right. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. So for Adam Norton, he was the one that was asking questions about. He saw the major changes. Just so you know, that's some ad copy I copied over, but Steve will explain to you about it. Major being, I don't know. That's not probably the right term to use, right, Steve?
Yes, I wouldn't use that word. We need to change that up because there's no real changes to the game. The siege engine stays the same. All the characters stay the same. Classes stay the same. Race, everything stays the same. We're changing some of the SRD text. Jeremy has been going through and pinpointing it, and we're just rewriting that text so that it's not directly from the SRD. The biggest change that you're going to see in any of it is about 10, 15%, I don't know, of the spells. Their names changed, and some of the monster names changed, but not. I don't think it was very many. Was it, Jeremy? It wasn't a lot.
Well, not like no. We're not going to change an orc. We're not going to change a hill giant.
No, there wasn't. I bet you there wasn't even 3 or 4% change. Not even that much.
We're not going to change a red dragon.
Yeah, so
it's just stuff
it's
where
but the real major change in the game is that the OGL and the SRT are being removed from it,
which is major if you think about it, right? Because almost everybody else in the
yeah,
industry still uses it, right?
It's being reforged. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Now, there were some weird little errors and things that were kind of brought in as a result of copying and pasting the SRD without from 3rd edition and 3.5 without really having a strong understanding of what that game is and how it works, that I'm slowly starting to learn and see, and I'm kind of cleaning those up and correcting them as I'm seeing them. So, like, for example, there are some magic items that give you bonuses to your ability scores, right? And the bonuses are +2, +4, or +6. And the reason for that is because that gives you a +1, +2, or +3 modifier to all of your die rolls with those attributes. But when they were brought over, sometimes it was written as +2, +4, +6 to your ability score. Sometimes it was written as +2, +4, +6 to checks, which is double what the modifier should be. So there's like weird little things like that, like super minor.
Yeah, tiny little changes like that. The biggest change really is pulling the OGL out, and we are working very hard to get a picture for each of the monsters in the new Monsters of Treasure.
Mm-hmm. I got a monster in today, actually.
Oh, good deal.
Mm-hmm. And if we get some time a little bit, I don't care to share those monsters out to these guys. We showed them off on Wednesday, so I'd be glad to show them off again in a few minutes.
Yeah, sure. What's the next question?
Next question's from Sparky_68. You know that, Rube.
This will be for Davis.
Yeah. I've got one, and y'all will hate me for it. Question: when do you think you might get the next part of the A series revamp?
A series revamp. Many years from now.
Wait,
many years.
We just finished it.
Yes, so many years. We did discuss A18 though the other day.
You what? You found it?
When is this story going to be done?
A34, right? A34, 37.
I think it is A34. Yes, I think
you're
What
right.
the
A34.
what?
Yeah, that's
each level in Alfdrag. There's 21 levels in Alfdrag. There's 13. So
Can we just make one like a mini level? No.
Yeah.
I think at some point it's permissible to have 2 levels per.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hadrian has a statement. He said, "Steve, what's your shirt size? Something heading your way soon."
Large. I don't want to ask what's headed my way soon.
Well, I mean, just hopefully it's a shirt. I mean, maybe that was a way. I don't know. It's the All My Children of TTRPGs, the A series. That's pretty funny. Will it be done before the next Game of Thrones novel?
There's my challenge right there. We got to beat Game of Thrones.
That's a pretty. I don't know. That's
Um,
a pretty nebulous objective.
in response to your rundown over the OGL stuff or non-OGL stuff, as we will. What's up, Mark? It's Adam Norton replies with, being a bookaholic, I'll probably buy anyway. I almost have every version of D&D, including Dangerous Journeys and about 60 other systems. LOL. Good on you, man. Gaming away. We are Generation G. That's right. We're gaming.
Yes.
Gamers.
Trademark. Davis is trademarking that. Gen G.
Gen G. That's us. Gamers.
Hey, yeah, and I just want, is anyone out there like a what do they call people who make stuff? Clothes manufacturer.
Inventor?
Yeah,
Textile?
No, clothes
Textile
designer.
industry.
I want to come up with a clothesline.
Leather worker.
No, a clothesline. I want to make clothes. Even though I don't.
A seamstress.
I don't know.
A loomer maker.
Textile.
No,
I call them
What are
textilers.
people who work on looms
A
called?
limner.
Tailors.
A limner.
Hey, no, wait.
What is it, Jeremy?
Fashion designers. That's it.
a
Fashion
limner?
designers.
I don't know. Limiter?
Limner, I think.
There. Textilers. That's what you call it down here in the South. That's about textilers. All right. Anyways. Next question.
Gen G, yeah. Generation Gamer.
Gen
No,
G.
Limner is the painter. Never mind.
Seamstress. What's the next question?
Let's see here. Well, one of these is from Chris Donovan. Who's the band and what's the kick-ass song? Background info on it. Spill. That is secret information, Chris. We have hired an international famous band from the 70s to create a whole album of Troll Lord music. No, we didn't. Really. That would be awesome. It's just one of our fans.
It was made by
one of our fans. So, yeah.
Ruby.
Sparky68 says, this is for Davis. Davis, focus. This is very important.
What?
Has Davis ever actually hopped a freight train?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, so, and I did it wrong too.
To no one's surprise.
Yeah. Ooh.
So
You have one job.
I have one job. Hey, you remember when we used to chase the trains down in Monticello and stuff and put pennies on the stuff? Well, I have a long history into my 20s of playing with trains to see what could happen, right? So the train going through Fayetteville would go at like 3 to 4 miles an hour when it crossed Dixon Street. Well, just up from Dixon Street is a bridge, and I would hang out underneath that bridge, right, as the train would go by. And then, so one day it's going by real slow, and I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. So I jump on one of the cars, but it's not a box car. The box cars were closed, but it's those open cars, the flat car.
The flat car, yeah. Not the cold car, but
So I jumped on the flat car, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to see where this takes.
Let's see where this is going.
And I didn't get off until I got to Fort Smith.
And yes, folks,
And
this
it's
is all
something
true.
like March, right? Well, I hadn't thought about okay, so it wasn't that cold when I got on, but once the wind started to whip around and it started raining on the way down, I was nearly dead by the time I got to Fort Smith. And the only place to sit on a flat car is you have to get up the direction it's going. You have to get up front because it had those front metal things. You have to get up front and sit sort of in the center so the wind doesn't. That's the least place the wind will get you that I could find anyway. But I've done that.
When I put my arms there and do this, my whole room doesn't shake. I'm not sure what kind of setup's going on up there, but it's got me a little scared. You were doing this.
His feet are propped up on his desk.
Okay. Oh, he's relaxing. He's like a troll lord. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got for questions.
I used to do funny things with trains. They were funny. Anyway,
And it didn't escape my attention that you said you hung out under the bridge waiting for the train. So it's kind of a trollish thing to do to begin with.
That is sort of trollish, yeah.
Well, okay, Kent, you remember how we used to put pennies and nickels and quarters on the train track?
We also used to wait in those days, there was still a caboose on the train.
Yes.
The caboose guy would sit on the back and throw bubble gum out to us. So we would get bubble gum. We threw plums at the train.
We would throw,
I remember putting little pennies down at my aunt's house for the train to run over them, and I was terrified the train was going to wreck, because I was like 7 years old or something, 8 years old. I'm like, I would go hide and wait for the train to just derail, and it just hauled ass, of course. So.
Well, I went through a period of experimenting to see what how much
my
a train
God.
could destroy.
Oh my God.
So a train can destroy a lot of stuff.
Well, I watched one destroy a big tanker
Tra-
truck yesterday here in town.
Travcam Zero says putting coin money on a train track. Definitely the oldest stream on Twitch.
That's my buddy.
That
That's
is
my buddy
that's
Trav.
that's fucking amazing right there. That's
Trav's
not,
not
not
wrong.
bad. Oh my God.
Hey, Trav.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tyler. Yes.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the next question?
All right, let's see. Oh, well, we've got several questions about TrollCon. Do we have dates for TrollCon? We have not signed a contract, but the dates will be the 20th, the 21st, and 22nd, unless something goes wrong. And we should hopefully have that done by the end of next week. I hope. Or close to it. And question, when do you think all the this is from Venom. The first was from Oak and Dragon Press from Venom 12. When do you think pre-registration for TrollCon will go live? My estimation would be very shortly after we sign the contract, so maybe a couple weeks, or something. I was working on the actual tabletop events page today, working on getting it set up.
Wait, I have a comment. The Nokia phone derailing a train. Didn't Mark have a Nokia?
Mark Sandy?
Yeah.
No, I thought you had the gigantic Nokia phone.
No, that was a something else. But Nokia, Mark had that phone. I think it was a Nokia. He had it for like 15 freaking years.
Oh yeah, he probably still has it.
Those phones, yeah, no, he may still have it. No.
Dude, man. So Mark Sandy used to work for Troller Games forever and a day, and he was in the print shop. Dude will still not pay for cable. He has some crazy rabbit ear on his phone and or on his TV, and he gets like 3 channels or something. I don't know. He watches like Studio 50. No, is it Car 54 from the 1950s? I mean,
That's a better one, yes. Yeah. Not Studio 50.
Yeah, those Nokias
Oh,
last
and
forever.
Vic, I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody. It's in September. I left that part out, so next week.
I propose a rule for the show that we're not allowed to talk about anything that came out before 1999.
That's a tough one.
Wait.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
Okay, but wait, we have to have some exceptions.
No, we don't.
That's the whole object of the rule was to break it.
I got to talk about Warriors of the Shadow Realm.
No, you don't.
No, you
There's
don't.
nothing that says you do.
That's awesome. Oh,
All right,
God.
let's keep the subject matter to.
I'm gonna throw something
The
up
year
here.
the year 2000 forward.
Okay, I'm good with that.
That's easy to remember.
You'll have to remind me. I won't remember shit. That's okay. All right.
Oh, 2000 was when I got my first pair of shoes.
I refuse to believe
So
that.
I'm going to. I'm gonna put us
That
over
is,
the
that is
corner.
that is not a true statement you just made.
All right, let's see what we can
Grandma.
do in here real quick. We're gonna show us up here. I'm gonna drop some monsters in here. Jeremy, will you comment on them for us? Would you please? Since you
Oh, sure.
all right, ready?
Oh,
So the first one.
the new art.
Yeah, this is the new
Yeah.
art. There's the first one coming up, and of course I grabbed the.
Oh, I have a final for that. Let me send it to you.
Do you really? All right, then y'all
Yeah,
are
I
not allowed
do.
to see that. Sorry. can't
Yeah,
see
get rid of that. Let me send it to you.
What's that? Just a second.
I think everything went silent when Chuck left us.
Sorry, it was a crisis.
No.
The pacifier is
everyone was silent.
disappearing.
Wait.
It's missed.
Well,
Depressing.
we actually can't talk about anything before 2000, and we're just like, what?
Yeah.
You're like racking your brain. You're like,
All right, so the
That's
next
literally going through my head. It's like, well, what's happened since 2000? I'm like,
The world was more interesting before the internet. It was just more interesting.
For Christ's sake.
Hey, I will say that. Okay, so, but the internet's been really, really cool, and I'll say TikTok too as well. With you can learn a lot on the internet now.
You can learn a lot of inaccurate stuff. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, from these guys like,
Touche.
you know, those people on TikTok are actually showing like the carpenters and
Yeah. No, that stuff's cool.
the plumbers. You know, all those people who will show you how to do stuff. Who will actually show you how to do it. Some
Yeah,
of
no,
them.
that stuff's cool.
No,
All
but
right,
there's
so
a lot
there's-
of garbage now. I think in the past 4 or 5 years, it's just become a garbage show.
All right, let's see if I missed any questions real quick. I was getting that set up.
and I am really struggling to find this thing.
What?
That's okay. So the first one up here we got is the new Eye Stalker, which you guys, I'm sure you can guess what monster that is. obviously.
Yeah, so this is the Eye Stalker. This is a telepathically endowed creature. They are sort of isolationist monsters that once had bodies, but through millions of years have kind of, through only use of their minds, their bodies have kind of atrophied up into their head, and they just have these like kind of withered limbs. And any resemblance to anything else is purely coincidental.
Yeah, right. I mean, people could accuse us of having a beholder in our game, but
There it is.
I see a
A
nice
what?
exactly.
Behold our new Eye Stalker.
You gotta
All
stop
right.
throwing around these names.
Silly names. Okay, so the next one up is. There we go.
Oh, I don't even. I'm not on the Twitch. I don't see.
So that is
Hey, Bill.
that's the dragon turtle. And this is from, dating way back to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It was in the monster manual there. It's just an enormous, hyper intelligent turtle that its breath weapon is a geyser of boiling hot steam. It'll your flesh will like literally slough off the bone. It's so hot.
Jeremy, do we have a dragon beetle?
No, we don't.
No, Jeremy. I want a dragon beetle.
Okay, we've got like a beetle Borg man.
I know. No, that's right up your alley. A dragon
Hey,
beetle.
Jeremy, we no longer do. Jason just claimed that for Amazing Adventures.
Oh, did he? Okay, that's fine.
He's very excited.
That's fine. That works perfectly.
Yes.
All right, next up, and I'll let you tell them what the name of these are. Yep.
That is a deep one. You may be familiar with these from the Shadow over Innsmouth, I think, or is that the one? I always get those two stories mixed up.
Which one?
The H.P. Lovecraft story where there's the fishmen, the village with the fishmen.
That I don't know. I'm not that well versed in Lovecraft, though. I have a Jonesin for some Lovecraft, so I'm gonna finish the Civil War history and read some.
So this is a race of intelligent aquatic humanoids, pseudo. They've got like an alien intellect. They live in shallow waters near the shore, or in deep underground in partially flooded cave systems. They worship kind of evil alien deities, and often abduct humanoids and do fell, wicked experiments with them, or sacrifice them to their god.
Willie says Shadow over Innsmouth is yes.
That's the one. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy, that one that you sent over, what is that? Is that Eye of the Deep or something? What is that?
Yeah, that is the. Yeah, it is.
What's the term?
It's the Eye Stalker of the Deep.
Oh, I should have guessed that.
What kind of weapon? So I'm sitting here looking at this, and who asked, do they use tridents? Death Angel Shadow. Do they use tridents? Okay, so if you're underwater, just think about it real quick. What type of weapon, considering the resistance that the water is going to give to your movement?
Definitely a thrusting weapon.
Yeah, javelins and maybe nets.
Underwater, though, I don't know if I don't think because of the resistance underwater.
Where's Troy when you need
javelins.
Mr. Expert?
Yeah, and I would think less of a trident or a bident. You would get a 5-pronged, a quadent, or something like that. So you'd have a wider range.
You could potentially do like a crossbow with but it would have a very limited range.
Yeah.
Is it really called a bident or is it a double spear?
Bident.
I've never heard before today the word bident.
No, that's pronounced bidet.
Bidet. Oh, shit.
Davis, did that make it into the Arms and Armor?
Yeah.
That's
a
awesome.
sport. Yes, Adam, it's a sport. I've never heard the word bident, I think, in my life until today.
I mean, it makes sense if there's a trident.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna unleash the next one, and it's probably my favorite of the. But I don't know. I love all these, but this is badass. Y'all gonna love this. Here you go.
The ocean is a giant bidet.
So this is the Mind Ravager. Its head is its exposed brain. And it's got a beak, and it's got those tentacles that it grows that kind of grow out from it. And it uses those tentacles to kind of grapple your head and get inside your skull, and it uses its beak to puncture your skull and get to your brain because that's what it wants. It's very powerful. It's a very powerful scion and spellcaster in its own right as well, and they live deep underground and far away from people most of the time, although they're usually accompanied by a troop of mentally enslaved humans. So,
I do like who said it? Been a mind ravager, a mind flayer plus grells. There you go.
Yeah.
that's kind of how it turned out. Yeah.
It's terrifying. I'll give you that. So
It's cool.
yeah, it's very cool.
Badassery.
I need to load this other picture real quick while I do that. Steve, George Fields asks, will the books get new covers? That has been a popular question.
Currently, we are planning on using the existing covers. Those are so wildly popular and people seem to enjoy them. But we are also debating whether we're going to do a variant cover, an alternate cover for this set as well. I'm also rolling around. I haven't even pitched it to this crew of yahoos, but doing matte covers as opposed to the gloss covers.
Now, honestly, I prefer matte covers. If anyone out there just has an opinion on this, we'd actually really like your opinion on it. I have a heavy preference for matte. I do not like glossy. It's not that I do not like glossy covers. I could care less. They're going to get ripped off anyway. The thing is, the matte covers just feel better in my hands.
I
Like
agree.
all of them.
Yeah,
Don't
I
like
agree.
that.
So that's what we're rolling around, or we will be rolling around in the coming days.
Matte covers so you can stand on them. Fair enough. All right. Next one up is going to be, well, I'll let Jeremy talk about it. There you go.
So that is the Displacer Cat. I wanted to go with Phase Tiger, but I got voted down on that one. I think Phase Tiger is a much cooler name.
I do too.
I
back you, Jeremy.
I
Thank
love
you.
working in this for this company. It's great.
Oh, Duplicate. That's a pretty good name. Duplicate.
Duplicate, yeah.
Oh, Duplicate would have been slick.
I don't doubt that they haven't.
Dang, Grubby, where were you when we were having this meeting? And I mean, you know what this does. This is a teleporting
Lord Gazumba.
So I think in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons they had a creature kind of like this, and it was called a Displacer Beast. I think I don't remember.
No, I don't know. But
Hey,
this,
are you reading the comments?
I am.
Some of them. I'm mostly looking at my hibiscus tree outside. But go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Kent's a bibliophile. He loves books and yada yada yada, on and on and on forever. If you want to vomit. But okay, so there's some really good questions in here, I don't know. I wish we could do like 2 or 3 sets of books. So
Manfred, is it really?
Do what?
Manfred says it's from an old A.E. Van Voe story. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Displacer Beast
used without permission.
It's
Look
been
at that.
around for freaking ever.
Interesting.
If it's not an AD&D thing, then
It's not original to the AD&D at all.
Is it called the Displacer Beast?
No, I don't. I think the name Displacer Beast is AD&D, but not the concept. I don't think they said Displacer Beast.
Well,
but the concept is not at all.
So are you saying Phase Tiger's back on the table? That's all I want to know.
And
my
my
name is done.
Phase Tiger, did I cut Phase Tiger? I don't remember.
Oh, that's how they got into Pathfinder. They went to the estate. Interesting. It doesn't have a name in the short story. Okay.
But this is a leopard-like creature, lives in the jungle, it stalks its prey. And it's basically able to pack hunt by way of creating illusory duplicates of itself. And it's able to grapple with those tentacles. So
All right.
So Davis, what were these other questions?
Oh, okay. So books. Okay, so I like okay. So one of the things is I like matte covers,
But
and
question.
and the other one was like non-glossy interiors. Okay, so like
They're gonna have a
this would
drink.
be good, and the book lays out flat. Okay, so this is a 500-page book, and it lays out flat. It's easy to read. Every page will do the
Hold the
same.
binding up all the way up so I can see it. Okay. Yeah, that's probably all Smythsonian, or not Smythsonian. That's probably a Smythsonian. It's just a very good job done on the Smythsonian.
Yeah, it's Smythsonian sewed. Yeah, it's sewed together.
Yeah, so that means that each signature block is sewn, and then all of it is glued to the end sheet. Is there any glued to the end
There's
sheet?
no end sheet. Oh well, the glue's come off.
Okay, yeah. There's an end sheet. That's the sheet that keeps your cover together in one piece. But we actually bind that well, Davis. Our books are bound that well. Our books are actually bound a little bit better.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I was just thinking about because ours hold up.
But what was the question?
Oh, it was not a question. It was just comments about books, like what makes a good book good, and so they do pretty good like that. And then non-glossy pages. I don't know. Wasn't a question.
Okay, so let me just let everybody knows. One, we do Smythe sewn books here, but we have a headband on them. So you can see that. Where's that camera?
there you go.
You see the headband, and then it's got what's called tight back binding, and the headband, see that little white thing there? That headband is glued to the spine, so that gives it a little bit of extra strength. It does make it a little bit tougher to fold open, like Davis was talking about. If you want it to fold open like that, you got to break it free from the actual core of the book, or the now the words escape me, but the spine of the book.
According to
our pages,
sorry,
do what?
nope, I was going to interrupt you. Continue.
Our pages are done gloss because it holds the color best. When you do a full bleed off, and if you look at your player's handbook, you'll see that there's a background there. So that's full bleed off page. And then the cover, the art itself is ink heavy. So if you go with a regular offset text-based page, which if you pick up your Tomb of the Unclean, that is an offset text-based, it soaks up color and it doesn't look as good. It doesn't come out as good. So we go gloss interior. We go gloss because I think it's a 70-pound weight gloss because it holds the color of the pictures better and the backdrop. Now, the matte, I saw someone posted something about whether a matte or
you can also pour coffee on it.
Yeah. So well, there's the other thing. So here's the big difference between matte and the gloss cover. So this is a gloss cover. You can take water and you can pour it on your book, and you can see how it's. I don't know if you see that on stream. It's just sitting.
Yeah, I see it. Actually, there's somebody's comment there about how the gloss seems to protect better, right?
Yeah, it protects the thing. Matte will not do that. You got about 20 seconds to get that water off of a mat, and it's going to start soaking into your into the mat and causing it to bubble just a smidgen. Now, matte can take some water though; it's not instantaneous damage.
Right.
So that's the problem with matte, and that's why everyone went away from matte, is because mostly everybody was sitting around drinking Dr. Pepper, and they kept spilling it on their drink,
right.
Book. So we had
Absolutely.
But either one of them is tough. I think matte is much like, I agree with Davis. I infinitely prefer to read a matte book. I don't like dust jackets. I don't like any of that crap. I don't like gloss. But we may do. And if we do maybe we do an alternate version. These decisions haven't been made. They'll be made the next few weeks. Maybe we do an alternate version that's with a different cover and it's matte.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like that idea. Then you've got a totally different book in a way, I mean, not really.
Yeah.
A ShamWow commercial. Yes, we should do a ShamWow commercial.
Thank you, Ben.
Hey, Jeremy.
Let me check something.
That's a pre-2000 reference.
Notice, Ben, I did not use my Dr. Pepper to do that. I'm not going to pour Dr. Pepper out. Sorry, that's just not going to happen.
Not going to happen. I'm going to check a list here about something real quick.
It's like acid.
Oh, okay, that's weird. All right.
That is true. Soylence in Australia, Davis is just going to destroy whatever.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Silence. He's definitely going to do it. Get a hydrophobic cover jacket. Yeah,
There you go.
All right, Jeremy, do you have any other images?
Yeah, we were waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Chuck. Who's
All right.
waiting on you?
Yeah. So next up is going to be the dreaded Sioux monster.
Yes, Willie. I'll give you a bonus.
Yeah,
I really like that.
I like this one. Came out really, really, really.
He's
cool.
eaten by brain, somebody's brain, right?
He's eating somebody's brain.
Awesome.
This is a psychic monster. It's a form of intelligent ape life that lives in dense jungles. Doesn't like
jungles.
be bothered much.
Jeremy, I feel like I'm watching one of those QVC commercials. This is your psychic brain.
So the thing about this monster though is it makes four claw attacks per round. If you get it mad, which you make the males mad by attacking the females, you make the females mad by attacking their young. They become enraged, and what that does is they psychically cast haste on themselves. So now they're doing like their 4 attacks per round. That goes up to like I think 8 attacks per round. They're like boom, 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 boom.
They would have to be hanging from a tree to do that, or is it just their two front claws?
No, it's abstracted. However you want to do it, it's not that mechanically strict. So.
He's already planning and plotting. Look at him over there. That look. Davis is preparing the PPK. All right. Next up is.
And I think they have a bite too. I don't remember.
The cousin to the Eye Stalker. The Eye Stalker of the Deep. Look at that. That is awesome. Look at those claws.
Yeah, I got this one in today.
Ooh,
this is good.
That looks great.
So each one of those eyes is able to project a cone of light that has a different effect. They live in the deepest, darkest depths of the sea.
How many eyes? How many eyes? I see 3. I think
there's 3 eyes. It is the central eye, which is like a it's almost like the headlights on a vehicle. So it's just got like this huge beam of light that moves around. So if you're in the depths of the ocean and suddenly you're in like a UFO spotlight, you're in a lot of trouble.
I will probably refer to it in my games as the rock lobster, but that's just because I like.
Wait. Oh yeah, that'd be funny. Wait. Do the little eyes make light beams too?
So they're different colored beams and they do different things. They're different. I don't remember what exactly they do, but it's bad. I remember that.
So you gotta have like a disco effect.
If you want to describe it that way, sure.
Nice,
dude. That would be yeah. Oh, do they have high beams and low beams?
Sure, why not?
Castles and Crusades, Davis. You can have whatever you want.
Exactly. Now you're getting it. The deep eye stalker. So eye rays. The 2 eye stalks of the deep eye stalker can both produce a supernatural ray once per round. Each ray can be aimed in any direction with a range of 50 feet. The eyes can produce the following rays. Illusion. If both eyes work in Congress, they can project an illusion as per the spell Illusion, 5th level. Hold. If used independently, the eyes can paralyze victims as per the spell Hold in Place and Hold Creature. And then the light, the big eye, can be used to stun creatures for 2d4 rounds. Stun and blind them for 2d4 rounds.
I like it. I know there was a few people in chat that thought it looked a little crabby, but I like it. I think it's good. I'll be here all week. Try the wheel. Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, it attacks with its claws. The 2 claws for 2d4 damage, 1 bite for 1d6 damage.
Wait. On the claws. Okay, so one's bigger than the other. I think you should have a decapitation attack. Add a decapitation attack to it. Because how big is that thing?
The body is between 3 and 5 feet in diameter.
Yeah, no, it needs a decapitation attack.
Well, dude,
if it gets
Davis wasn't in the conversation the other day. We're working on a praying mantis creature that will snap your head off. Awesome. So,
there you go.
And slowly eat you.
And slowly eat you, exactly, and then divorce you. Let's see here. All right, questions from the audience, real quick, and then I think that's all the pictures I have now, folks.
I think so. I have a bunch of roughs.
Oh wait,
for the next
never mind. That's another creature we're working on. That's nothing. The bean has a heart attack. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. We've been looking for
How
some
much
unusual
fun.
stuff to put out for our.
I've been
monster
sending
book.
Chuck gross bugs.
Yeah, our new
Oh,
monster
yeah,
book
no.
we're coming up with.
If you catch them and then you can eat those crab legs with a butter and garlic sauce.
Yeah, you could have a
It-
boil. Yeah, Trollor boil, right?
Yeah.
You know, I bet that thing likes the taste of human with butter and garlic sauce.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
yeah.
Turning the tables. All right.
How do you
Oh,
do butter
yeah,
and
no.
garlic sauce under the water though? That would be kind of.
Well, it can move 5 feet per round on land, so maybe it's
There
got an
you go,
underwater.
solved.
Maybe it's got an underwater cave.
How many rations per claw, Jeremy? People want to know. So,
People want to know.
Venom
Hey,
12 says
100,
100. Whoa, easy. Don't get crazy.
50.
All right. Nah, it's a little crazy. All right. Venom 12. I'll say
30.
like 3. All right. So,
All right.
Venom
That's
12
a big
says,
claw.
I know there are NPCs that represent people who played in Steve's campaign for all those years, but are there any that represent Steve or Davis? There is, I think, right, guys?
Davis
y'all
put
put
me
each
as
other-
a village
yeah.
idiot somewhere. Where did you do that? Where did you do that, Davis?
Can't remember now.
In the NPC almanac. I think it's in the NPC almanac.
I think it's in the NPC almanac. I put you in there.
Under what? Sketches or the register?
I think it's the register.
All right, we'll have a look. Where would it be at, Davis?
I don't know. I
Because
would
there's a
have to
billion
look.
NPCs in here. Look at
There's
this, guys.
so many NPCs
Look at
in
this.
there.
Just lists upon lists of NPCs.
Tons
I think it's in
Okay.
the other one actually.
Oh, you probably wrote a background for him. This guy
Yeah.
screwed up my games. He was
I
always
think
killing
it's
everything.
either that or Bergman Outlandish. I'm trying to get the
The other option is Bergman Outlandish, and I would have liked messed up your name a little bit or done an anagram of your name.
What would he have been? Would he have been an inherent or a class or what? Was he like a caravan driver? What was he?
I have no idea.
Oh, look. Let me
I-
look under villains. That's probably where it's at. Villains, right? Let me look.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not there. I don't know.
I'll look around tonight and see if I can find it. But a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but I will say some of the NPCs that show up in the modules and stuff are people that I know or
So-
know, and I'm just making fun of them.
And so
And
here's
yeah,
the thing.
I'm in a few of them too.
Anybody who's listening, okay? All right. If you email me at chuck@trollord.com, all right? Email me with what book that is in, and I'll send you a free PDF or whatever you want. All right. Let's find out where this is at. I want to know. I want to know where the Troll Lord is.
Within reason.
Yeah, within reason. Well, I mean. All right. Let's see. Next question. George Fields has double questions. First is, other than Gygax books and CNC Reforged, what else is there in the works that you're willing to share?
Ooh, no.
Well, the big things that are in the works, of course, is Amazing Adventures will be rolling out very, very soon. And then we've got Codex Infernum and Codex Exaltum, but everybody knows about these. I think George is looking for some new stuff. Now, Finn did not send the document to me today, but he and I had a meeting this afternoon, and we went over what's going to happen to the Mythos series. Let me see if I can find some of his texts. Jeremy and Davis will appreciate this. So when he got into the existing series, he wants to, and per my request, he wants to reorganize it quite a bit. The Codex Classicum is going to be split into 2 books. But interesting, Slavorum is either going to be its own book or it's going to be combined with the Baltic mythologies.
Oh,
It's very
interesting.
cool. So he's seeing out how much content he has and if we've got enough to flesh out 2 books.
Oh, that would be
He's
good.
almost finished, and this is the first one you'll see. The next Mythos book coming out, and when he's done writing it, which will be in the next few months, we'll move it into the schedule. I can't remember the name of it offhand. It's the Finns. It's the Codex. I want to say it's Finn. I can't remember what he told me. There's 2 of them, and he has to do a little bit of research. But the most interesting part that he's doing to this series is what he's doing to Germania and Nordica. Now, when we did Nordica, no, it's not Finlandia, Wolf. It's like Finnica or Finlunum or something. And you'll see where I'm going with this in just a second. So the Nordica book, no, we're going to leave Keltarum alone and Egyptium alone for now. But the Nordica book and the Germania book, if you have this books from us, you'll see that there's a whole lot of crossover between these 2. And I sat down with Finn and had a long conversation today, and he's got Codex Germania mapped out, and it's going to be in 2 books because he's including a ton of source material that is, he said, it's just a wealth of source material on the ancient Germans. which we didn't explore previously, which is a shame. So the Germania book really wasn't fleshed out as much as it should have been. And then
No.
and this is where it gets weird. The Norse book was fleshed out more than it should have been. Because according to Finn, he explained it to me in a very long explanation, as medievalists are wont to do, that the information that we have is primarily Germanic, and from this stems everything from around the North Sea, from the Anglo-Saxons to the Norse. So there's this huge crossover, but there's a huge amount of Germanic material. So he wants to do 2 books, both Codex Germania, and it's going to include all of the North Germans, all of the people from Norway, Sweden, Denmark, the Angles and Saxons, Jutes and whatnot from post-Celtic Britain, and all of that into one book called Codex Germania. Now, I didn't like that idea because as much as it is accurate, historically and mythologically accurate, the nomenclature, it doesn't have the word Norse or Viking or North anywhere in there. And people like myself, who really don't know much about mythology, are going to be looking for that one. If I want to know Thor, I'm going to be looking for not Germania. I'm going to be looking for, whatever. So he's been researching and hitting me with names all afternoon. Skane is one of the words that was used for the Germanic peoples. But here was the one. He said to be actually accurate, it would have to be Codex Nordmanorum. Nordmanorum. I'll have to type it out. It's way too much. But I nixed that because no one's going to be able to. Let's see. Nordmanorum.
Well, the reality is we're not selling to Romans.
Exactly. So that's what I told him. So it won't be called that. But how the information is organized for the Norse is going to be very different than what we had done in the past, and it's going to be rolled into the Germanic stuff, and we will figure all of that out in the coming weeks, because that's what Finn comes on full time on the 6th as an editor, and part of his job will be writing these books, which he's super jazzed about. So there is your sneak peek into what's coming.
I think we're all jazzed. So, a couple questions that are related to what you just talked about. Then I'll get to the other ones. Devin 2 says, "Would it be a good idea to get the existing Mythos books while the getting is good?"
So it depends on whether you're a collector or not. So the Slavorum, we've got I think it's about 40 to 55 or so left. It's not a lot. And then that book, we will never reprint that book again in its present form. Nordica is right behind that. I think we got about 120 of those. Germania is about 60. So if you want those books in their existing form, and it's good content, before they're gone forever, I would definitely pick them up. But if that's not your game, just wait. Over the course of the next 2 years, we'll start releasing these relatively.
Right.
And we're not going to kickstart these things. I think we're just going to do the pre-order on them.
Yeah.
When the script lands, put it up, pre-order, and so it's not going to be a big deal. We're just going to get these back in.
Yeah. So
That's right.
I'm just going to chime in on that. Yeah. So it's going to be, there's a significant time frame that we're talking about here. So we're 1 to 2 years out on these revamps. So do we have the the bundle set?
I was getting ready to say we have it on the store right now as a bundle with a discount if you want to get them now. That's a cheap way of getting them. If you want to get all of them.
But it is limited, so if you're wanting it, get it.
Yeah. So if you want the information over the next year or so, or then
Because they're being fully rewritten, correct?
yeah.
Yes, yeah. Every one of them except Keltarum is being rewritten.
Keltarum is not being rewritten.
Keltarum, I think we're going to keep it so long
solid.
as Brian is happy with that. If he wants to pull it from our line, that's fine. He's gone his direction, we've gone our direction. No hard feelings, whatever. But if he wants us to pull it, we'll pull it and redo it. But as it stands right now, Keltarum is I think it's a good book. Yeah, man, I agree. It's a very good book.
Okay. Along with that, a question from Chris Donovan: will we ever see a Codex Americana featuring lore from the American tribal nations?
No. I don't want to do that because there's so many of the Native Americans, it's still very active religions amongst them, and I think it's a little bit I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
We're not going to do it.
I will say this, and this one I think is really cool, and I can't remember what his title was, but Finn wants to do a medieval one where we actually get to see a lot of the iconography from the medieval period. I think it would be very, very cool. Codex Davis's backyard, yeah.
Yeah, and I get it. I know a lot of people have asked us about that, but we still have, just like doing codexes on like old religions and stuff. If it's still being actually practiced in the world, really not our place to touch that.
Yeah, I'm just kind of reluctant to do.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
it.
for sure.
We're not going to do a one for the Hindu
Yeah,
gods.
there's a
Right.
reason why we don't have that, even though there's a wealth of
Yeah.
stories and creatures and stuff there.
Yes, Dardian, we would love to do a
Absolutely, we got to have that for Inclunade. Absolutely, I'm all about it.
Yes, I think it's going to be good.
But
Wait, sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so Orlando asks, what about Castle Zygi? Is it really coming? What's the deal on it? What's the plan on it?
So we will have some final determinations on what we can and cannot do, in I think within the next 30 days. But yeah, I'm 95% certain that we're all good and clear.
All right,
But I will know by June.
All right, George Fields asks, what will the new CNC Reforged have a new logo?
No.
Other than maybe some sort of like marketing thing we might put out or whatever, but nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Walton is working on a forged picture right now.
Right.
So there'll be some new art, and Peter Bradley's working on some wizard art right now. But
Now, I wouldn't mind doing a Codex Americana Mythica, which involves like Bigfoot, the Foosh monster.
that would be badass.
Okay.
I always heard it pronounced Falk Monster. Isn't it Falk, Arkansas?
Yeah. We called it Foosh. We call it Foosh. Or I did when I was down
What's
there.
the town called?
I called it.
I've never been there. I don't know what the hell's.
I worked
I
there.
don't know what the hell they're talking about, Chad.
It's
I don't
called
know.
Foosh? Okay.
We called it Foosh. No one ever
Oh.
corrected me. Maybe it is. Maybe
What
it's
town is it, David? Is it down by First Dam Pike?
No.
It's in like Texarkana.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
down in Texarkana. No one ever corrected me. There's a nice restaurant down there too. It was. I don't know if it's there anymore.
They just thought you were the village idiot, so they didn't want to correct you.
I could be totally wrong because if he's been there, then he would know better than I.
Yeah, Codex Cryptia or something like that. The Cryptia.
Why does everything got to be Roman named?
Because we started that way. So I think
Okay.
He makes a point. I mean,
Because the Romans have a badass. Latin is a badass language.
They're not around anymore.
Jeremy, they
They
made
are not.
roads, lots of roads.
yes.
Yes, they are.
Johan,
It might
yes,
be
we
pretty
now
well.
have distribution in Europe. I hope that you should be able to buy through there.
Hey,
Just
Jeremy,
that link,
we're renaming it to Castles and Crusadia.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, might as well. You know what? Yeah, let's take it one step further.
I'm just going to sit here and irritate Jeremy now.
So that you can order now from them. I need to change that. That was supposed to be tomorrow last week. So it's open. If anybody's in Europe and you want to get our stuff now, you can actually get it shipped to you at a reasonable price, believe it or not. So,
Codex Mapia.
oh God. Anyway,
We're just going to add an IA to everything.
George from George Field, Steve.
Castellas ac Crucentigales.
What's your normal
Okay,
print run?
who cares?
I'm not going to tell what our normal print run is, but it's in the thousands, and it depends on some stuff we short print in our own shop, but it's in the
Fair.
thousands.
Fair. Here's a
Appreciate the
good
question
one.
though, George.
Here's a good one from Savage Splendor. Did the 20th anniversary Players Handbook pre-order start shipping yet? We were just talking about that today.
No, there was
Next-
there was
yeah.
a bit of a snafu. Something we didn't understand in the pre-order system that we set up. It was not told to us that as soon as that pre-order date hit, that everyone would be sent an email that pre-ordered it and it would be moved to processing. So you guys got emails of something that's actually not happening. Now, I don't know if you can hear the taping going on in the other room, and you've seen Wilson going back and forth. He is currently doing that at the moment. So
You can tell by the smile on his face.
Yes, he's none too abused at the moment. But by Monday, I suspect Monday afternoon, the bulk of them will be on their way. The book and the patch going to you guys.
All right.
Yes, it will belong.
All right. We definitely got to kick this into gear. That was my wife. We've got to run her over to her mom. Something's going on.
Did you say you're going to run your wife over?
No, what?
He said some other words after that, but yes, he did.
Okay, that's what
No, I did not say that. Oh my God, Jeremy,
No.
throw me under the bus.
No,
bro.
those words were in the sentence you said. Those
They were
words
just-
in that sequence appeared in the sentence you
Oh.
just said.
They were just rearranged. Hey, Chuck.
No, they were in that order.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, Chuck, let's do those raffles. I got a split too.
Yeah, well, that's my wife. I gotta leave. I gotta go to my mother-in-law's. or
We're
something.
raffling off a
Fire Chuck. Say
Two
Chuck
questions
twice.
while I get set up. Say, oh my God, Sparky. One from Chris Donovan. Can Davis stat the troglodytes from Bone Tomahawk or the Skunk Ape? All right, put that out there for you.
Davis, you have to watch Bone Tomahawk again.
Yeah, no, I gotta- oh, speaking of another movie, not to
Do the
watch.
raffle, Chuck. Do
All right.
what?
Let me get this question out real quick, and then I will. Last question, George Fields. Will Sonics in Class and a Half be in Re4s? I'm asked because I have an ADD first level fighter, or 1E fighter, that has some minor Sonic ability that I want to convert. Okay, there you go. Intro
Yeah,
away.
I think we're going to put the psionics in the player's handbook. Jason and I talked about that, but I can't remember what we decided to do. But I believe the psionics, the basic psionic rules, will go in the player's handbook. Yes.
Okay, a movie.
You guys are
not to watch.
hilarious.
For those of you who enjoy horror, do not watch this movie, The Coffee Table. Do not watch it. Don't. It's not a horror movie. It's
All
just a sad, depressing movie.
We're going to do these giveaways real quick. And Scannon, I saw that, but you got in, I see on the list. But anyway, we're going to do them real quick. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with us today. It's been a really good discussion. I enjoyed it. So the first couple I'm going to pull are for $15 codes off the store. Get whatever you want, $15. You can put towards something bigger, whatever. First winner is going to be the Data Dwarf. Data Dwarf, there's our link. Just head over to Discord, hit up Obsidian Risk. He will take care of you. Our next $15 winner will be Silence of Australia. There you go. Awesome. You can get you something PDF. I know you, unless you can pay the shipping. I know you live in Australia, so it's a long ways, but there's something you can get, right? Maybe put it towards shipping. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to that. I'm not watching them. Congrats so far. Our final winner for a $25 code off the store is going to be Keith Jr. 42. Excellent. Good job. Congrats, everybody. Trolls
Huge.
All right.
pull.
So let me get over here and get things set up real quick. We'll get out of here because I've got to go. My wife's going to skin me alive for something. Let's see. What was my question for you guys?
Tell her if she could hold off killing you until you get the contract signed for TrollCon.
Yes, we need that to happen. You're right. You're right about that. Absolutely correct. 100%.
Thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks everybody for
Yeah,
joining us.
that's-
Chaos-a-thon as well.
I'll be back Saturday morning running my game at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. And then we'll have another game on Sunday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central. All right. I'm not even going to look at what you're talking about. I don't even
Yeah, you really need to close this out.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna hop out of here, guys. I want to appreciate you guys for having a good evening, and we will catch you on. Let me see here real quick. I was looking to see one last thing, and I'll get out of your hair here.
Wait.
One last thing. That's Chuck's T-shirt.
What? No, I was
You
checking
always-
for something. Okay.
Your thing.
All right. Anyway, what we're gonna do, I'm not really sure if I had him on my list for us to raid into, but he's not here. But I'm gonna raid into him anyway, and we'll just see if he shows up or not. How's that?
There you go.
Right into Mr. Beast thing.
You sound like my nephew. Oh my god.
Hey, it's post 2000.
Let me make sure this
That's
is
true.
right.
I don't think he streams on Twitch though.
No, he doesn't. He's YouTube. Strictly.
Does anyone?
All right, we're gonna raid into him.
A lot of people.
I'm not really sure.
Let's
He's supposed
wait
to be
into
going
a
live.
congressional hearing.
There you go. I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
they
that
stream
sounds
on Twitch.
fantastic.
All right, take it easy, everybody.
Yeah, you guys have a good evening. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one.